Hello my family and friends. So welcome to Parton's Heritage Homestead. My name is Carrie, and if you like this channel, please hit that subscribe button and make sure you hit the like button if you are new. If you have been here for a while, welcome home y'all. We are going in the kitchen. So we have honestly gone shopping for 3 different ways to show you how to be able to eat healthier on a budget, or at least affordable. Today we're going to start showing you how to use what we bought. So without further ado, let's get started, because the star of this dish today is going to be zucchini. It's going to be good, I promise you. So let's go to the kitchen and get started. Okay y'all, so I will be the first to tell you that this vegetable, I only knew before I started doing the Mediterranean way. There was only one way I knew about zucchini, and honestly it was nothing but zucchini bread. That was it. That's all I knew how to do with zucchini. Later I learned that you can saute it, but it's never been my favorite vegetable, just to be honest. It really wasn't. Now, it was super cool in zucchini bread, just not particularly fond of it until I started learning different ways. Now, I will say we have bought enough where I've used this. Now, this will be my second time. The first dish I did was a zucchini boat, and what it was is we took the zucchini, cut it in half, and then I took and pan-seared it in olive oil. It was almost like a baking, but it had this char on both ends. Then I took, on the cut end, I scraped it out, used that scrapings in with some half cherry tomatoes, and we had the zucchini. We had some herbs and seasonings in it and some feta cheese. Y'all, it was amazing. Very beautiful looking zucchini, and the boat was absolutely gorgeous. And it tasted better than I expected it would. So today we are actually, because this dish is going to be good for diabetics and non-diabetics alike. For me, my husband is diabetic, so this is going to work perfect for him. And as of it for me, I am wanting to get back on track and do things better than what I've been doing. So this is going to work perfect for me, as we are actually going to be making lasagna out of zucchini. So it's been a while since I had lasagna. I have never tried it with zucchinis, and I'm going to. Now, I will tell you, just like the eggplant parmesan, I am going to prepare the zucchini the same exact way. In other words, I am going to take a mandolin and slice it. I am going to spread it out, sprinkle it with some salt to get the juices out of it, and then I'm going to fry it in olive oil and then use it as my pasta. So we are also going to be making some homemade spaghetti sauce. I told you I would show you how to do this from whole tomatoes. Very simple sauce. And then the meat choice that we're going to use is a mild Italian sausage. So let's get started and show you how to make an amazing Mediterranean or healthier version lasagna in our kitchen. Okay, y'all, so we are going to start with, first we're going to brown our sausage into our pan, and we'll pull it out and set it aside while we let our and make our sauce. What we're going to end up doing is pretty much allowing this to simmer. So we're going to get started so that this can simmer and build its flavors up. So I'm just going to take my sausage out of here. Paper at the bottom of it, y'all. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and cook this up. Once this gets cooked up, we'll come back for the next step. Okay, while I'm crushing this up, I thought I'd come and let y'all know. There was a time that I even, instead of buying the Italian sausage, I actually made my own. Now, three things you can actually use to make your own. If you can end up buying some ground pork, get your, if I'm not mistaken, in the way back, almost 2 years ago, there was a video that I did, and I'll have to look for it, where I had made some homemade Italian sausage. I had the seasoning for you, and I made it with ground turkey, and you could do that with ground turkey, ground chicken, or pork. So I thought I'd let you know if you didn't want to use pork. I don't use pork a lot, so I will use ground turkey, and it tasted amazing, y'all. So yes, it is very possible. For those of you who may ask, can we do this? Absolutely. So I will try to look back, and hopefully I'm speaking before I've done it, so we'll see if I can link that video into this onto this one to show you how to make your own seasoning. But I thought I'd go ahead and let you know that that is a possibility to make this even healthier. Now, I chose to use the ground instead of the links because personally the ground was cheaper than buying it by the links. So there's that option that I had as well. Any way that I can save money right now is what we're going to do, and it's working. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this off, and once I get this done, we'll be right back because I will have to set this aside so that we can get started on our sauce. Okay, y'all, so we have finished frying up our Italian sausage, and we did this kind of fine, like, if you can see that, because I do not want big chunks in here. We're just going to set that aside, and we're going to deglaze. We're not going to take any of this flavor out of our pan. We're actually going to use it to deglaze, and we're just going to add a San Marzano tomatoes in here. Now I'm going to crush up these tomatoes because we want it into a sauce. And I'm just going to come through here like so, just a little bit. I could have added some olive oil to this too, y'all. But it's going to be okay. Alright, so I'm going to end up crushing the rest of that in the meantime now. Before this gets really warm. We're going to take a nice good piece of garlic here. And I'm going to I'm not going to mince this or nothing. I'm just going to take and mash it really good. And basically just crush it. So I can release that flavor. Because it's just going to sit and marinate in it, because I will be taking this out later. So I'm just going to pop that in here and let that marinate with our sauce. I'm going to also be adding some salt, kosher salt and pepper, and some fresh homegrown basil to this. Simple sauce. That's all we're doing, y'all. Simple sauce. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and add some pepper. freshly ground pepper. Turn this down a little bit. We're going to add some kosher salt to this. I'm going to tear some fresh homegrown basil in here. Remember, I don't like to overdo my sauces anymore. I found that it is unnecessary to do that. And besides, it's going to get even more flavor when I add this sausage to it. So I don't need to add any more seasonings. That should be enough basil. I love basil. I kind of went a little overboard, but that's all right. All right, I'm going to set that aside. Now we're going to go ahead and stir this. Now we're just going to let this simmer for just a little bit, and then it's going to simmer with the sausage in here. So I just want to kind of soften up these tomatoes a little bit more after getting them heated, because I'm going to mash them up just a little bit. And then we're going to let this sauce with the meat sit and simmer for pretty much the rest of the evening. So it's about 1 o'clock here. So we're going to let this simmer for just a little while. You can do this for 30 minutes or so. So hubby gets home about 3:45, so I'm preparing our meal ahead of time basically. So now I'm going to go ahead and let this go, and once we get this started or simmered and everything, we will put together our lasagna and show you the next step to use with our zucchini. Okay, y'all, so now our sauce is put together. We're going to put our lid on it, and we're going to let this simmer for about 30 minutes to an hour. In between time, just stir it up, make sure nothing sticks to the pot. If you need some more liquid, you can just add a little bit of water, but it shouldn't need anything. This is on a very low simmer, and I'm just going to let this cook. So now once this is done, we'll be ready to assemble, and I will show you what to do next using our zucchini. Okay, y'all, so while this has been simmering, we're going to go ahead and prepare our zucchini. Now these have been washed, and I cut the stem end off of it. Now using my mandolin, and before you guys ask, no, I don't have one of those gloves. I do try to be as careful as possible. So but anyways, we are just going to I'm using the thin blade on this. This is an old, I actually need to get a better one, but in the meantime this will work. So I will be cutting this. I might make this just a little bit thicker. I'm not sure yet. Let's see. Yeah, this will be alright for making into pasta. So we're just going to take our zucchini and we're going to run it through here, making our pasta just like so. Yep, just like that. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this and make our pasta sleeves, and once I get this done, I'll show you what we're going to do next with this. Okay, y'all, so yeah, I didn't want to keep videoing the fact that I'm sitting here grating these. I know a lot of you are thinking, oh my gosh, Miss Carrie. So it made me nervous too, so I really concentrate when I use that thing. I've been doing that for several years, and I concentrate really, really hard so I don't mess up. So now I'm just going to take my zucchini slices, and we're going to lay them out, because I'm going to sprinkle this with salt and allow this to sweat out the water content within this zucchini as much as possible. I might have to use another pan here. This was actually only 2 zucchinis, so I think this is going to be good enough for me and Mr. James personally, because I'm not making a big pan of this, although you could if you wanted to, and this is freezable, y'all. So if you wanted to make extras, you absolutely could, and then freeze your portions of it for another meal. There is times though, me and Mr. James, we like to have leftover nights, so we will do that sometimes. We will just put them in our refrigerator and our leftovers, and within that week we will have leftover night. It saves money, it's good food, and there's no waste. To me personally, after food's been sitting a couple days, at least a day or two, it ends up getting more flavor anyways. Okay, so now we have all of our zucchini laid out. We're just going to lightly sprinkle. I'm using Himalayan sea salt for this, y'all. I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit of salt all over these just to get them to sweat. We're going to, after we do this, dry them off a bit, and then we're going to actually fry these up lightly in olive oil, just like we do our eggplant, so that we have nice dry zucchinis when we make our lasagna and it's not all over the place. So now, while this is simmering, we're going to let this bleed out more or less, or sweat out all of its water, and then we'll come back to finish them. Okay, y'all, so we have now blotted these dry, and now we're frying them up. We're not doing it too much. Now these did get a little bit over, but we just want to do a light frying to these, just to be able to draw out some of the moisture or water out of this and make them just a tad bit drier, so that they don't have a lot of juice in our lasagna. Just like we did the eggplant, that's all we're doing right here, and then we'll be able to assemble our lasagna. Now we are making a small one for me and Mr. James, but you're welcome to use as many as you want and do this however you want. So our sauce is ready. It's nice and thickened now, so we're going to be able to put this together. We're about ready to assemble this, y'all. So we will be back as soon as I finish up the rest of my lasagna, zucchinis, frying these up. They're just about finished now. And I got a few more, and we're ready to go. Okay, y'all, so we are going to prepare our filling, our cheese filling for our lasagna. We're going to need about 15 ounces of whole ricotta cheese. A cup and a half of grated mozzarella. Now this is the ones that I had already grated, and I actually had this frozen. Y'all, this turned out amazing, by the way. I told you I'd give you an update what I thought about frozen cheese. This doesn't even seem like it was frozen at all. I actually like this. So I'm adding about a cup and a half of this grated mozzarella. Got a cheesy situation going on here. If we don't use it all, that's alright. I'll find another dish I can use this up really quick with. Now we're going to need some salt and pepper to taste. We're going to mix in 1 egg. I'm using farm fresh egg. And we're going to mix this all together, y'all. And at this point, I'm going to go ahead and add 1 cup of grated parmesan as well. I'm going to keep just a little bit for sprinkle on top in the end of this. So now our cheese filling is ready. Now we're ready to assemble our lasagna. I could have made lasagna with kamut, y'all, but something about just having zucchini just felt good in the heart today. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna use up some of these in-season vegetables. All right, so let's get started in putting our lasagna together. Okay, so we're going to start with a spoon of our sauce in the bottom of our pan. And I'm going to actually pull out this garlic raw. find the other pieces in here. Let's see here. Yeah. We'll get it. Okay, so, there it is. I told you we'd get it. And there's the other one. All in that first scoop. That works. Okay, so now we're just going to put our sauce in here. Pull it out from corner to corner. Now we're going to take our layer of zucchini on top of this. I have my oven, by the way, preheated to 400 degrees. I'm kind of overlapping these as well, y'all, so that they'll fit nice in here. And I'm interchanging the fat side of it back and forth so that these will all fit. This is working out great. Okay, so we got our layer in there of our zucchini. Now we're going to take a spoon of our cheese mix and just kind of, well, I didn't want to take that much of it. We're just going to spread this out a little bit like this. I get a smaller spoon, but here we go. I'll just do it like this. And I'm just going to spread this out gently all over the top of our zucchini. Fill in my gaps where I have gaps. Down over here. There we go. And then we're going to top this with sauce. Go ahead and put just a little bit more right there. And then we're just going to keep layering this until we are actually finished. So I'm going to go ahead and layer it to the last layer and we'll be right back. Okay, y'all, so we have finished up to the top of this. Now I'm going to sprinkle on the top. I had some remaining, so I just added that creamy ricotta on top of this. And I'm just going to sprinkle some cheese on top, mozzarella, and then finish it off with our parmesan. Now I'm going to put a pan underneath this, so just in case it decides to run off. And then we're going to bake this until it's completely melted all the way through. Alright, now let's put this in the oven and we will be back shortly. Okay, y'all, so we did have a little sauce left over. We never waste this, so this is going in my refrigerator because this week I will be using this to make something else out of it, or you can freeze it if you want to. And there we have it, y'all, a beautiful lasagna made from zucchini noodles. So we are going to serve this for supper tonight with a side salad and pomegranate molasses vinaigrette. So this is going to be our healthy meal. I hope you enjoyed this video. I will try to put the recipe in the description box below for you the best of my ability. See what I can do. If anything, I'll give you the list of ingredients because y'all seen this is actually pretty simple. So I will do my best for you. So until next time, hope you enjoyed this. Much love from Parton's Heritage Homestead.